Imagine an elegant atmosphere with soft music. Imagine warm candlelight. Imagine Karma Restaurant Bar and Lounge, Santa Clarita's most authentic Indian restaurant. Allow your taste buds to travel the northern region of India. Enjoy a comfortable and roomy bar and lounge where you can host a party or business event. Karma offers a lunch buffet Monday through Friday with a weekend champagne brunch. Karma Restaurant on Cinema Drive in Valencia.
Desert Drug Pharmacy near the library in Canyon Country has changed its name from medicine shop but still offers old-fashioned friendly service. Visit the pharmacist, Mazum Chowdhury, and he will answer all your questions. You'll find their same personalized service at Newhall Pharmacy in the Dollar Tree Shopping Center in Newhall. With 2 convenient locations in Santa Clarita, you're sure to find the service you need. They accept most insurances and delivery is available. Transferring prescriptions is easy, just give them a call and they do the rest.
Get personal training in a class setting at Ballacor Fitness Studio. Hi, I'm Ellen Como, co-owner and inventor of the Ballacor. I have been in the fitness industry for over 25 years and I'm excited to introduce you to a fun, challenging, and results-oriented workout that will give you the body you desire without the impact on your joints.
Hey, it's Danny Liu, co-owner of Ballacor Fitness Studio. My team and I are focused on building relationships and improving lifestyles. It's the personal touches that make our studio stand out. Join our Ballacor family for a 1-week free trial and discover why Ballacor Fitness is quickly becoming the hottest place to work out in Santa Clarita. Visit us at ballacor.net, that's BALACORE.net for a class schedule, or call 661-259-7623 to begin your journey to better health and your new hot body. Like us on Facebook at Ballacor.
Hi, George here with your hometown forecast. Expect partly cloudy skies and slightly cooler temperatures today in the Santa Clarita Valley with daytime highs reaching 72 degrees. Temps should remain in the low 70s through the rest of the week. Overnight lows will drop to the mid-40s. Sally Van Swearingen, Santa Clarita's makeup expert and author, is promoting her book entitled It's Not Over Yet at the Valencia Boulevard Barnes & Noble this Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. with a book signing and a chance to win some great prizes. Stop by to support your local beauty expert.
Welcome back to your hometown station for the Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds. With us on the line is still Mike Liam. Thanks for hanging around for one more segment, Mike. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And you were just telling us about some of the interesting cases that you've seen over the years. And I saw in a news release there was a mention of the rescue of a 14 million-year-old fossil. Do you know, that was such a tease. Like, can you tell me a little bit about the story about that? Do you know the background there?
Well, the background is we were contacted by the LA County Museum of Natural History and asked about, hey, is there any program in the department that might be able to assist with the recovery of this large fossil? And I thought, well, that sounds interesting. And, we have the capability, the training, and the equipment to pull it off. So I met with the curator and the homeowner where the fossil was located in Palos Verdes, and after looking at it, they thought maybe we use a helicopter or something. And knowing what the cost of that would be, I figured, we can pull this off with people just straight volunteering their time. And so on a Friday, we went down there and a couple hours of hard labor, and we were able to help him out. And I recently was contacted by him again because apparently there's another fossil at the bottom of a cliff in Palos Verdes that they would like some help with.
So what did the fossil end up being that you rescued in Palos Verdes? And was it on the side of the cliff? Or
the fossil was apparently of a baleen whale, and it was... my understanding is it was actually a cartilage fossil, which is very rare. So that fossil ended up being one of 24 known like it in the world. So in that realm, it was a big deal, apparently.
Pretty good find, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, we got more nation and international-wide press with that than we do for rescuing live people.
And you said that they contacted you then again for another Well, because I think maybe part of it, you guys save people every day, and people just don't realize it. But I mean, how often do you come along a 14 million year old?
Exactly. So it was a fun training opportunity for us, and we're happy to help out, in any way we can.
And it is even more. Is it even more delicate of a rescue when you're talking about an artifact from history? You kind of got to be a little more careful with that, or?
Well, what I told everybody that was there, as far as search and rescue personnel, I said, the good news is our patient isn't going to complain very much, but the bad news is you don't want to be the one that breaks it.
Yeah, right. You break
so
it, you buy it.
we took a lot of precaution with it, and it worked out just fine. It's great.
So how close was the rescue operation of that to the ocean?
It was about a mile to a mile and a half from the ocean. And apparently that area of Palos Verdes is rich with fossils.
You know all about that, right, Josh? You used to be on the Carpinteria beat.
I'm just thinking, so over time, the ocean, I don't know.
Where are you going with this science lesson? I'm
if
curious.
the fossil was there, then
there was probably a whole whale there at one point. Is that where you're going?
Yes, Perry.
Well, that was, my question was, well, where's the rest of it?
Right.
But apparently these things tend to move around over, 14 million years.
This is interesting.
Haven't you seen the Flintstones? They used them as cars. Everybody knows that. So, Mike, I want to put you on the hot seat if we can. When we have Sheriff's Department personnel who are kind enough to call in and give us their time and give us their perspective, we like to ask them personal questions so our listeners can, get a feel for the people that are helping serve our community. So, what is your original hometown, Mike?
I was born and raised in Glendale, California, and I live in La Crescenta, so the apple didn't fall too far from the tree.
I was going to say. And your favorite album of all time?
My favorite album of all time? Let's say it's got to be a Phil Collins.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Genesis era or after?
What's that?
Genesis era? Or are you going?
Well, it started with Genesis era, but I would say probably in the after era. But one of the Phil Collins albums, it's too hard to call, though, my favorite.
You can go greatest hits on us. That's okay. I won't judge you for that. Get a little studio. All right. First job you ever had?
First job was in the family business, in the grocery business, when I was, probably about 6 or 7 or 8 years old. So
did your family had a grocery store in Glendale, or
it was in the L.A. area. It was a chain of 24-hour markets.
And we talked about this a little bit, but the reason you became a deputy or involved in the sheriff's department, that would be the rescue of Jerry Negretti.
Absolutely.
And what happened with him? I wasn't familiar with that case. Did he end up being okay? Or?
No, I don't know that he was ever found, to be honest.
And favorite meal while you're on the job?
Favorite meal while I'm on the job? Oh, this is good.
He's never coming back on the air again, Perry.
One time. Well, that's why you got to ask all the questions.
Here in the office, we like the at least weekly trip down to King Taco.
Ooh, we don't have a King Taco out here. We need to.
No, you don't.
No,
there's only one. Best part of the job aside from helping people.
The best part of the job is, besides helping people, is working as a team to accomplish what seems to possibly be impossible at the time.
Favorite cop movie or TV show?
Favorite cop movie or TV show? Oh, you're killing me here. Well, the whole Dirty Harry series, we'll just say that.
Good call. Good call.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Clint Eastwood.
You can't.
Favorite TV show? Right now? People are going to kill me for this, but I'm going to have to say The Bachelor. How's that?
Wow. Oh, boy.
Wow. You just got points with Kirsten, my girlfriend. And she makes me watch that. So,
well,
is it a forced situation, Mike? Is it a forced situation? Is it a family event for the Liams?
Sadly enough, it kind of is. My wife kind of got me hooked on it, and now it's like, okay, I'll watch it. Now, prior to this, I got to say it was Sons of Anarchy, but they stopped. They don't have any. Right? So it's kind of a balance, Sons of Anarchy, Bachelor.
And real quick, Mike, because you have a great insight and experience on this, if you're telling people going hiking one thing, because I'm sure you rescue a lot of people who get stranded, what do you tell them if they're thinking about going out on a hiking trip?
Well, what we tell them all the time is, number one, don't go alone. Because I'll tell you right now, my mom was right. Females are the smarter gender because 95% of who we rescue are men out there by themselves.
Fair enough.
Oh, goodness.
And so I tell people, don't go alone. Go with someone, and then tell someone else what you're going to do and what your plan is. Because if you're out there and no one knows you're out there or where to start looking for you, then that's no good for you. So, and be prepared. We have a hiking safety plan that actually we ask people to fill out and leave on their windshield inside their car when they go on these hikes. And unfortunately, I haven't had to go search for anybody that's actually filled one of these out, because pretty much if you're going to that much trouble, we're not going to need to go find you.
Gotcha.
But there is a hiking safety plan. If you Google LA Sheriff Hiking Safety Plan, it'll pop up.
Awesome. Mike, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you coming on the air and giving us your very honest answers to those tough questions.
All right.
Thanks again, and
You
we
bet.
got to take a quick commercial break on your Neighborhood Watch. We'll be back, brought to you by our sponsor, All American Bail Bonds, on your hometown station. Welcome back to the Neighborhood Watch on your hometown station, All American Bail Bonds, with special guest Deputy Josh Dubin from the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station's Crime Prevention Unit. Let me get the title out, okay? Before you start giving me a hard time about how I failed in the introduction.
I was going to give you a compliment. I said that's why I don't do the introduction. I'm terrible.
You
I
have
was
the
playing
longest
nice.
title.
Yeah, you do pretty much have
Ever.
like an 8-word title. And
Barry's
Jessica
fault.
Boyer is chiming in, joining the discussion. Oh, boy. It was a good hour so far, right?
Well,
we're doing well. Had a good little guest on there, Mike.
I like
some
Mike
interesting
Liam.
stories.
I like Mike Liam. He's very
had
squared
some
away.
interesting
He does an
stories.
outstanding job.
And you know what? He didn't hold back. He was honest.
Yeah.
He laid it out there, laid it bare.
Let me tell you, when
when a man comes on and says he watches Bachelor, I respect that. I have to watch The Bachelor. I don't usually admit it openly. That's respect for Mike.
when this show makes it to YouTube, that segment of him talking about that will get around.
Where is that going to go?
I would imagine.
Is that not something that you guys get together and like talk about in the CPU? Like what happened on Bachelor last night? Run over the highlights. Who should have been sent home? How was she still there? No.
No.
What do you guys talk about? The game, Monday Night Football,
Yeah, a little bit of football. We can talk about that right now, actually.
Deflategate.
No, we're not talking about Deflategate.
How the
threat.
Raiders have once again
become the worst team
seen
with the worst
Patriots,
records.
seen the Patriots rise to success through trickery, deceit, graft, con games,
Again,
Belichick.
send lawsuits
said it.
to Perry at hometownstation.com.
Yeah, you know what? Bring on your complaints. If the Patriots want to sue me for slander, for talking about how they cheated, that's fine.
I was just in Las Vegas this past weekend,
Yeah. The views of the station, or the views on the show, are Perry Smith's.
where sports betting is legal,
Right.
and I may or may not have
What
picked
were
up.
some of the lines? Give me some of the good lines. What did
Well,
you see?
I can tell you that
Like for the Super Bowl, or
for the Super Bowl,
Okay.
I may or may not have chosen the Patriots to win,
you know what? That's probably a good call.
even though Seattle's favored by 1 point right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting game. I'm excited to watch that.
I am too.
Although I was excited to watch last year, and it was just a destruction. I did not think it was going to be 45-8 or 40, whatever.
Speaking of destruction,
Out of
what's your
control,
favorite
really.
team?
Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, did you notice with the tuck rule that they went ahead and changed that rule afterwards, right, Kyle? The tuck rule's not a thing. He's shaking his head. The man is distraught. I'm not going to bring it up again. Okay.
Kyle's going to go on
He's
here?
actually going to break his
I'm
silence.
just like depressed about that. I've been depressed about that since 2001, whenever it happened. So
Yeah.
it's just
It's really been a sore
dark,
subject.
dark part of my heart is the tuck rule. So
People, yeah,
anyway,
they don't
they don't
understand
get it. They don't get it, Perry. It's just me
How
and
you
you.
can have your dreams snatched away from you, and then 10 years later, somebody says, "You know what? We made a mistake."
Yeah.
Doesn't really help.
no,
Thanks.
it doesn't.
Is that a Raiders conspiracy?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if it's a conspiracy. They were just clearly robbed.
Yeah.
That's one person's opinion.
I mean, usually after the conspiracy, you don't say, "Yeah, there was a second gunner." I mean, that's no longer conspiracy at that point. It's like, "Oh, they were right."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
they weren't
let's,
just making it up. They weren't crazy.
let's bring it to 2014.
Okay.
This year, football season. What is their record?
Okay, you mean to tell me that things wouldn't be different if they won the Super Bowl in
Yeah.
2001?
That wouldn't completely
So-
Talk to the
change
Patriots
So now-
about that.
the
now,
history of the
13
which
years
was
later-
Their year. Which was their year?
I
Charles
know.
Woodson.
No, I know. You think I don't know this?
Rich Gannon?
Yeah.
So now, 13 years later, they would just have this inner drive and motivation. Be like, you know what, Kyle? We won the Super Bowl in 2001. And so you know what? Now in 2014, instead of losing every single game, we're going to
Didn't
do
lose every
phenomenal.
single
Do you
game.
know? You do
Didn't lose
understand
every
that
single
the
game.
reign of supremacy for the Patriots started in 2001 when they won the Super
That was
Bowl,
actually
right?
the point of ascendancy When Raiders became
That's
also
exactly
Rams.
why I was brought that up.
When
If the
Raiders
Raider-
became also Rams, and the Patriots became champions and built their reputation.
Wow.
That defining moment. And it's not Kyle and I. This is not like
No,
a
this is
personal
not.
theory.
It's
like
the other
known
5
and
Raiders
documented.
fans in the world. No.
Who's your team? Are you the Seahawks
He's a
fan? You a
Patriots
Seahawks fan this year?
No. Let me.
Last
I
year,
just have
big,
one more question.
Big Alabama football fan, are you?
Let me just. I have one more question, and then we'll talk about something serious. When you go to a Raider game, Kyle, do you put on the shoulder pads and the silver and
No, that's
and
crazy
black
talk.
face paint and the spikes and?
No, but they're awesome.
Yeah, you never answered the question. So what's your team?
I like the Steelers.
Oh, jeez. Don't even get me started.
Because you're from Pittsburgh?
I'm turning off
No,
my...
'Cause
I'm
you're from Canyon
Oh, my goodness.
No.
You're not from Pittsburgh?
Or Canyon Country. See, there's no reason why.
I'm turning
What
off
is the
my
correlation between the Steelers and Canyon
Oh,
Country?
my goodness.
2 minutes left.
I don't
boss.
know. I don't understand, but I drive around Canyon Country all the time, and I see yellow and black everywhere.
That's because they're an awesome team.
No, it isn't. it's,
Oh, okay. On the end of the football discussion,
so
if the
when you
if-
go to a game, do you paint your face yellow and black with a little
I've ne-
star tattoo on your back?
honestly, I've never been to a football game except for high school football locally here.
Go Vikings. Valencia
Yeah,
High.
exactly. However, if the Rams do come to Los Angeles, I will be going to many Rams games, and I will immediately become a Rams fan because I support local teams.
If LA gets a team,
'Cause I have a
and
sense of
some
community.
tough choices to make, right? We've had this conversation. If the Jaguars or the Rams or we get a new team come here,
Wait a minute, the
it's real, real
Jaguars?
tough.
What?
It's a possibility.
No, it's not.
You don't know anything. I hear things.
Okay,
I'm
hold
the
on,
inside.
hold on, Dubin. And there's 1 minute left, guys.
We've now spent 7 minutes of the
All
neighborhood
right, so what happens if
watch
the Raiders come to Los Angeles?
talking football?
Big shot?
Okay, first of all, that's what happens if lightning strikes us in the studio.
Oh,
right now?
guess what? There's 3 teams in discussion. One of them is the Raiders.
That-
That does it for me, folks.
All right. Consider silence resumed from Kyle Jellings. Oh man. So
Talk about this gas.
can we
heist.
talk about
Yeah,
this gas
Do that
heist?
before the end because that's interesting.
I like this story because somebody was frustrated by somebody getting gas stolen in their parking lot to the point where they said, I'm going to wait all night in this parking lot and find out who's taking this dang gas. And sure enough, at like 1:30 in the morning, somebody showed up because their gas had been stolen from the car. These 2 people came by, were siphoning hose out. Sheriff's deputies reported that 3 of the gas caps were open, and when they got on the scene, there was a hose coming from a gas tank into a yellow gas can, and gas was running, and they found 2 suspects lying on the floor of a car who were arrested
Okay, 2
for
quick
petty
questions.
theft gas
One-
and meth possession.
Costco, like $2.29 a gallon. That's
You're right.
ridiculous.
Hey, you know
Second,
what?
when you siphon gas, you stick the hose in the tank. You have to. Like,
You have to suck it
you
out.
have to suck
I
it-
talked
so-
about this with the lieutenant. So you're getting some gas in
So
your
you're getting
mouth.
gas in your mouth.
Yeah, it's worth
So
it
look
for
at
about
Bomb Threat's
15
face.
cents of savings. As Matt Denny pointed out on Facebook, find your own crime. The 70s called and they want theirs back. I like that one.
And we'll end on that.
All right, and we're out. Thank you for listening to your Neighborhood Watch on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds.
This one,